it's Ariana, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be doing just a kind of random makeup tutorial. So I really want to do this purple dark smoky eyed look that I'm just kind of feeling inspired to do. And I have a eyeshadow palette that I haven't really been playing with a whole lot since I've got it. So this is the BH Ultimate Matte 42 color eyeshadow palette. So, oh my god, I hate these packages. So the packaging is absolutely terrible. So it's this just square box and it has a little button at the bottom here where you have to press it and it's almost impossible to get open and it's really annoying. But once you do get it open, it does look like this. So I have all of these really cool colors and I'm really interested in gravitating towards the purple and the black today. So I want to play around with this palette and see if this palette is worth the money or not. It's very inexpensive as it is BH, so I just want to play with it and see if we can make a really pretty look with it. So I'm wanting to do kind of a, almost like inspired by the evil witch in Sleeping Beauty, so Maleficent. I kind of want to do a Maleficent inspired look, but not really like, it's not like a Maleficent tutorial. I just kind of want to go off with the colors that she is. So I'm going to grab my brushes and quickly clean them off because as you guys can tell, they're kind of stained yellow. So the first things first, as usual, I'm going to start off by priming my eyes. So I am using the ColourPop shade Fair 04 and I'm just going to apply the concealer right over my eyelids. I'm not too sure how I'm going to go about doing this, so I'm just probably going to wing it. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to use a fluffy blender brush and I am going to go into this really pretty bluey purple color at the bottom here and I'm going to put that in my crease just as my transition color. Wow, no shade or anything, but these shades are significantly cheaper than Jeffree Star's Jawbreaker palette, and this pastel color already looks a million times better than his palette did for me. It's interesting. It has a really pretty blue kind of purple. It's like a very light violet color almost. It's really pretty. Kind of is the same color as my shirt. I like it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to, how do I want to go about this? I know I want to do the black on the outer corner and have the purple in the inner corner. So maybe I'll do light to purple to black. So on the inner corner, let's actually go in with a concealer. So let's use the same concealer that we just used on a concealer brush. And I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to cut out my crease really quickly. Maybe almost like a half cut crease. So I'm just going to put it right in the inner corner. Just to about there, just on my lid space almost. Then I'm just going to go back in with that first color that we used and I'm just going to blend in the harsh lines that the concealer left. Now that everything is kind of seamless almost, I'm going to go in with a really small brush that's tapered. So this is the Luxie 111 Mini Angled Brush. Can I help you? Get out. So I'm going to go in with the Luxie 111 Mini Angled Brush and I'm going to go in with this really light kind of pink color right here. It's almost white, but it definitely is pink. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner. So it's almost too light for me. So I'm going to go in with this pink instead. It's kind of like a salmon pink right here. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. Just to about there, just a little bit of pink. Bring you guys in a little bit. Just to about there, so you have just a little bit of pink on the inner corner. I'm gonna go in with my, just my packer brush and I am gonna go in with that purple. So that bright dark purple, and we're just gonna apply that all over the lid. So purples are really hard to make and they usually end up being really patchy if you try to blend them out and move them around. So I'm just packing a shit ton on my brush and just placing it exactly where I want it to go in the eye. I'm not really blending it out too much because it tends to almost dissolve when you do that. purple is kind of a pain to use. It's definitely a pain to make, apparently. So it kind of covered that pink that I laid down, so you guys can almost just skip that step. It was kind of just irrelevant since it didn't really show up that well. So now I'm just going back into that transition color and I'm just going to try to blend out that blue and purple together. And I'm just going to keep packing on that purple. Now on the outer corner, I'm going to go in with that black that's in the palette, and I'm just going to focus that on the outer edge. So this is the Luxie 131 mini angled brush, and I'm just going to lay it down on the outer edge and work in very small amounts because black is hard to use. Just go in with little bits at a time and blend it into the purple. So as you guys can tell, there's a lot of fallout with this palette. I am also not tapping it off. I am just going in and packing it on as much as possible, so that is part of the reason. But this is definitely an eyeshadow palette that you want to do your eyes first and your base second. So now I'm just going back in with that transition blue and blending it into the black and across just to build up the pigment a little bit more. And then again, I'm going to go back in with the purple and try to build up the purple on the eyelid and into that black. Try to blend it seamlessly. I would suggest skipping the pink part in the beginning, as that part right there where we laid down the pink at the first time is starting to kind of seem a little bit patchy in that area just because of the other colors. Really didn't mix well with that pink. So I would avoid that, doing that if you're going to recreate this. So I'm going to quickly go in and clean up my under eyes and do the exact same thing on the other eye. Okay, so now that I have both of the eyes on, I am pretty impressed with this palette for how inexpensive it is. It did turn out pretty well. The colors, some of the colors are a little bit patchy. The purple, like I said, purples are really hard to create and it is a little bit patchy on my eyes. So I'm gonna go in with one of my little pigments that I have here. So this is the shade When Doves Cry, and this is a pigment from the brand Shade Beauty. So I'm gonna go in and I'm just going to add the purple over top of where we laid these down. And then also, this is a UV pigment, so this purple will glow in the dark. So if you are wanting to use this look for Halloween, if you're going as Maleficent or whatever, you definitely will stand out in a black light. So I'm just gonna add it over top of where we laid down that purple. I also really love that these pigments, because they blend really nicely into other eyeshadows and they're just all around really awesome to use. I like putting them over top of eyeliner and it makes your eyes really stand out. It's really cool. So that just brightened up my purple a little bit more and I really like that. So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do some of my rest of my makeup. So I'm gonna do some eyebrows and some falsies and stuff off camera, and then I will come back and we can finish up the under eyes underneath my eyes and talk about the palette. Okay, so now it's time to do the under eyes. So I just quickly did some black liner, some eyebrows, and my foundation. So I'm going to be sweeping the purple that we were using on the actual lid portion underneath my eyes. So I'm going to be using the Luxie 121 mini tapered brush, and I'm just going to sweep that purple underneath my eyes. And just kind of blow it out. Now, because the look that I'm going for is kind of Maleficent-y, I want to do some green on the inner corner. So I'm just going to go in with the forest green that's in the palette, and I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. I'm just kind of bring it up a little bit. Kind of just looks black, so you could always just skip that portion. I'm gonna go in with the Platinum Ice Palette, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Ice Cold. And I'm just going to apply that right over top of where we laid that green down and sweep it into the purple a little bit. And then I'm just gonna add a little bit of highlight to my cheeks. So this is still Ice Cold. So I look super weird because I have black hair on and I'm usually always in red hair or really light wigs, but I wanted to throw on my dark wig today and do a look inspired off of, oh my god, this wig. This wig is tangled though. Oh. So this look turned out really cool. I really like the purple. I really like that this palette is so inexpensive. The only cons that I have for this palette is some of the colors are really patchy and some of the colors don't show up at all, at least on my skin tone. So some of the purple and black, how I was blending them together, I tried blending them for like 10-15 minutes and it was still being really patchy. So this is not my most amazing look that I've ever done in my life. I think that this look turned out pretty decent for the price of this palette. So I'll link the price right here. It is very inexpensive and you do get 42 shadows and it is good for 24 months. So BH does make some really inexpensive, really great eyeshadows. Obviously they're not as high quality as some of the other shadows that I've used on my channel, and I definitely see the difference between higher end makeup versus BH. So I mean, there is pros and cons, but if you are on a budget, BH is really great. They do make some really awesome eyeshadows. You just have to work with them a little bit more. They don't blend as nicely as some of the higher quality eyeshadows do, but I still think this look turned out really cool. I think this is a really fun, grungy, just kind of look. It's definitely not really Maleficent because it is just kind of like a grungy inspired look, but I do think that it turned out really nice. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below for more content like this, and I will see you guys at the next video. Bye!